Hello everyone and welcome to my honest review on my experience with Funko Fusion so far. At current time I have a playtime of around 9 hours and have completed 3 worlds. Those worlds are including Hot Fuzz, The Thing and Jurassic World. I'm currently playing through Battlestar Galactica and have just completed level 1. If you've not seen that video, I will post it here now and then you can click and watch it if you want to after watching this. And I will also leave a link in the description for the entire playlist of Funko Fusion on my channel. I will be breaking down this review into 6 sections. I will leave chapter marks on the video so you can skip to certain sections if you want to and hear my thoughts on specific parts of the game, but I will be leaving an overall review on Funko Fusion at the end. So to start off this review will be the gameplay. Within the first 5 minutes of loading up the game and messing around in the tutorial with Foxo, I noticed it felt a lot like playing a Lego game, which it does make a little bit of sense as the game had ex-developers of Lego working on it. But the idea of breaking objects and using the vinyl to aid you in levels was very familiar. Vinyl being the currency that is in Funko Fusion in comparison to studs in a Lego game. Each character has unique abilities, which is needed to unlock certain collectibles in each level. One thing I did find refreshing was the levels in the world doesn't require you to switch between the characters to actually develop through the story. Any character switching will purely be to get the collectibles. I did find trying to connect with the story at the moment a little difficult. I think it's due to the fact that there is like no dialogue, which makes it a little harder to follow along. The story does follow, like previously mentioned, the old Lego style games where there was no speaking dialogue, but there is text instead. Funko Fusion does share the same humour that the Lego games, like the old Lego games, had, which I do actually really enjoy. I really enjoy watching it come to life on the screen. The story at this point in the game doesn't feel well explained. I don't know whether that's just because I'm not following along correctly or if that's just I'm missing things out. The story in the worlds, however, are like they're like near spot on to the franchises they come from. So like Jurassic World, for instance, it's like a play-by-play in episode 1, even though they merge all 3 films together, but it still feels very close to the actual film. And I like that the worlds make you feel connected and relate to them, especially if you've watched it. So coming into the game, I hadn't actually watched Hot Fuzz. So when playing the game, I didn't really understand what was going on. But since then, I have watched the film, and like with Jurassic World, it is a play on play with the film and the game. It's incredible how accurate they go into detail with it. So out of the 7 worlds currently available to play in Funko Fusion, I have completed 3 of them. Each of them come with 4 base characters that you can switch at any point by going over to a Funko box in the level and swapping to a character of your choice. Each world also contains 5 levels, which on average is taking me around 15 to 20 minutes to complete for each. So you are looking roughly at about an hour and 20, hour and a half for each world. That is, however, like not going and doing everything possible in the level, and I am mainly just playing what I need to complete the story with little to no exploring. From just playing the games, I can tell that the worlds are incredibly thought out though, and there is going to be a lot more for me to go back and collect for each of them once I have completed the story. Like I briefly mentioned in the story section of the review, each world has their own story which gets explored and explained within the first 5 levels. I have thoroughly enjoyed playing through them each, and being able to see the familiarity of the franchise comes to life in a video game. The graphics is another thing I want to talk about. um, I'm a bit of a graphics snob. I'm a bit like I like my technology and everything, but the graphics in this game are really eye catching. They're bright, they're vibrant, and I just feel like it's done really well. Like using the unique art style of the Funko Pops really allow it to stand out in comparison with other games within the category. And I was quickly drawn in by the vibrant graphics and catchy soundtrack that set the perfect tone for an adventure. And one thing I also really like with the music that they've done in this game is they're taking music from the actual franchises as well. So I can't remember what episode it was. I think it might have been level 2 of Jurassic World, and they're playing like the Jurassic Park theme tune in a cutscene, and I'm like humming away to it, and it just felt really good, and it just felt really nice to hear. It was quite refreshing. But the designs of the level really encourage you to go out and actually explore to to try and find all the Easter eggs available in each level. So, like, you can unlock John Hammond as a playable character, but you can actually find him in one of the missions and speak to him. So it is really good as well. I feel like the replayability of the game is going to be a bit limited though. So you will play through the game in its entirety to like watch the story unfold, but then after that you have an option to go back and play through it again to unlock all the collectibles, like, and get the platinum trophy, because obviously there's some things in certain levels that you need specific characters from other worlds that you won't have unlocked yet, and you need to play through that level first before going back as any character. So like, if you're really interested in getting all the collectibles and stuff, then it will definitely have some replayability, but if not, then there's not really much for you to do after the initial story. I did hear that they will be introducing co-op for the game in October, which will offer some replayability, especially if you've already played it but you want to play it with your friends. I know for one, I am really excited to be able to do that, so that's going to be great. um, so for content that I wish to be added to the game, of course, the biggest addition I would like to see in the game is more worlds. Considering how many Funko figures are actually out there in the real world, the possibilities are literally endless. Like, you could have like a Friends world, a Brooklyn Nine-Nine world, because they've just released Brooklyn Funko Pops, which I'm so excited I'm going to get them all. However, I'm annoyed that they've not released a Rosa Funko Pop. So Funko, if you're out there, please, please, please make a Rosa Funko Pop, and I will buy them all straight away. But you could even have like Matrix or like Rocky or like Overwatch. Um, there literally could be anything released. I'm not sure how they would actually add it to the storyline though, or even if they could, because I'm assuming that the story ends after completing all the 7 worlds. I do hope some worlds are free DLC, or at least cheap in terms of purchasing them, because if they keep adding and adding and adding, I feel like this game could get really expensive and it might put certain people off from buying it. I know for a fact if they release them all as like paid DLC, I will probably pick and choose which ones I want to get rather than just purchase them all. In terms of more content, I would sort of like to see more unique animations for the characters and maybe more customization. I feel like the ability to create your own Funko Pop figure, like you do in the Lego games, and being able to run around as them would be incredible. And it would actually really tie into making you feel connected to the game and the franchise movies it offers. Overall, I would say the game is great. Whether it's like the familiarity of the gameplay or the unique art style and music, it really does sort of offer a unique experience despite it feeling very similar to a Lego game. And I feel like it could easily become a high sort game. Obviously, it doesn't come without its issues, like glitches which force you to restart a level, or like the difficulty of some levels with the combat and the puzzles. However, the developers are very active and seem to be constantly releasing updates to the game to improve the gameplay. So I know for a fact they released one a couple of days ago, and they've given the player like more player lives. The cost of the crown tubes in the levels are cheaper, so you don't have to sort of do resource management and figure out what you're going to spend your vinyl on in the levels. So yeah, overall they are releasing more and more updates to just try and improve the gameplay and how fun it actually is to play. The price tag, however, I feel is a little steep. So currently it is uh, ranged at £55 on the PlayStation Store, which is the console that I am playing it on. Now, when the trailer first came out, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a great game. Like, I'm so excited for it. But I feel like in its current state, £55 might be a little bit too steep. But, you know, it could all change in the future with more updates. The game is really well designed, and it's clear the developers have put a lot of thought and effort into bringing this game to life. I was extremely psyched for this game, like I've just said, when the initial trailer came out, and I'm still psyched to continue playing it and showcasing my adventure on the channel. Um, I would probably rate this game in its current form about a 3. It's definitely not a bad game, but there's definitely things that they can add and change to just make it feel a little bit better. Um, they're definitely working on it, and I have a feeling that a couple of months down the line in this game will feel amazing to play. So that is everything that I have to offer at this current time of my experience with Funko Fusion. I may do an end of game review once I've completed everything and see if anything I have previously mentioned in this review has changed. Who knows? Like, there could be many more updates before I even potentially finished it. If you have enjoyed this review and have found it useful, please leave a like and a comment down below to show your support, as it helps the channel out massively. I really do enjoy reading and responding to all the comments. It just makes me feel like the community just gets that little bit tighter the more comments are left on there. But if you are also enjoying this content and want to see more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you can see when I instantly post a new video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you later.